I have a list of questions and we shall try to discuss one after one. The first question is, why the world of today is in crisis? Yes, the world is in crisis. There's no doubt about it. We have wars, conflicts, infights, restlessness, violence, instability, injustice, economic crisis. In all fronts, humanity is in crisis today. Why? We may find crisis in different fronts, but the basic behavior, the temperament, and the attitude of people today is responsible for the crisis. We can't blame anybody. If we just inquire and introspect, we'll certainly understand we are more selfish now than ever before. We are more self-centered now than ever before. Our temperament, our attitude is to gain, to exploit, and to think of our own good, of our own welfare. We seem to have lost a sort of societal feeling, a sort of well-being for the entire community. In other words, the crisis is because of selfishness, ego, vanity, pomp, self-aggrandizement are the spectacular or most glaring reasons for the present day crisis in this world today. The second question, what is the remedy to go out of this crisis? Every problem has a solution. We don't leave problem as a problem. We have to learn to live together. We have to learn to understand each other. First of all, everyone must understand what one really wants. We find today every person is restless. No one is at peace for himself because he is running after his own shadow. He is running after the mirage. He is full of hallucination. He is full of imagination. So no one is at peace for one's own self. The best way to get out of this crisis, at the individual level, or at the societal level, or at the global level, it begins with the individual. The individual must examine, must assess himself thoroughly, dispassionately, unbiased, openly. Then he will find out the cause is within him. The crisis of today, the reason for the crisis is not external, is not present outside. The reason for the crisis is within one's own self. So one must investigate, one must evaluate and understand that the reason is within him and he must work hard to get out of it. When the individual changes, the society gets transformed. When the society gets transformed, the whole country gets transformed. When the country is changed, the whole world, the entire cosmos will be peaceful, in perfect harmony. Therefore, the cause for the crisis is the individual. Third question, some people said that to practice all that you said is very difficult. What would you say to them? A very interesting question. Because what all I speak may seem to be not practical. And what all I say, you may feel that it is very difficult to implement. But my friends, it's worth trying. When we are really troubled, when we are really confused, when things are chaotic, when the things are disturbing, when the mind is agitating, when the whole mind is full of turbulence, it's worth trying to develop peace within one's own self, to develop harmony within one's own self, to have a total control over one's own self, to know one's own weaknesses and pitfalls. Therefore, the self-evaluation is very necessary. Why? Because it may sound difficult, but some stage or other, we have to evaluate for ourselves. Simple example. Supposing my business running into loss. When my business is running into loss, I must find out why my business is in loss now. I failed in the examination, for example. I should know why I failed. Similarly, it's worth trying to self-evaluate one's own self, though it is difficult, if we really want to live in peace, if we really want to live in brotherhood, in perfect harmony with each other. Fourth question, can you give us some testimony that what you suggest is working? Yes. Perhaps you want a proof. Perhaps you want me to give me a newspaper cutting telling here are the people who are practicing who are very happy. Or perhaps you want me to give the addresses of the people who are happy, who practiced what all I am telling about. Well, it is not statistics that is important. It is not the number that is important. One is a witness to one's own self. Shall I say that all are not unhappy? There are people who are happy. There are people who are happy in spite of the problems. There are people who smile though they are in crisis. There are people who laugh in spite of challenges in life. While there are people for no reason are miserable. There are people for no reason they are unhappy. If we just observe the two categories of people that we come across, people are unhappy because they don't want to be happy. They find happiness in unhappiness because their unhappiness has no reason at all. Should I be unhappy for my loss in the business? Should I be unhappy for my failure? Should I be unhappy for any silly reason? It's not worth it. But we don't look satisfied. We don't look contented. We don't look peaceful because we find some reason or other to be unhappy. We find some reason or other to be discontented. The reason is we live in a competitive world today. We live in a comparative world today. I'm unhappy because I think you are happier than me. I'm worried because you look very peaceful to me. I go on comparing myself with everybody. With the result, I'm lost. With the result, I continue to be unhappy for long. Therefore, those who are happy, in spite of all their worries, in spite of all their problems and challenges, they continue to be peaceful and blissful, is enough of indication they are practicing. After evaluating themselves, after assessing themselves, and are sincerely trying to evolve into a higher level of life. Next question, can you explain what kind of announced physical changes are coming soon? Interesting, yes. Physical changes, what you mean? Is it geographical or physique, the body, or what? There are so many physical changes everywhere. Every building has got a new architectural beauty. Every building has got its own beauty. There are so many physical changes around in the field of engineering, in the field of agriculture, in the field of science and technology. There are so many changes. And the latest change is nanoscience and nanotechnology. The science and technology have confused enough. We have nanoscience and nanotechnology to confuse us furthermore. So changes are bound to happen at the physical level. In fact, that which changes is physical. That which does not change is spiritual. So we don't have to say that there are physical changes. What kind of physical changes are taking place? We don't have to say, because physical things change. Climate changes. Climate, hot season, spring season, rainy season, winter season, physical climate changes. And also changes in our economy, fluctuations, devaluation, inflation, the dollar value, the rupee value, changes. Changes in governments. So physical changes, they do happen all over the world. But what kind of physical change coming soon? We look forward to a physical change coming soon is that we live together, that we understand each other, that we live in brotherhood. Yes, it is what's happening. Or else how do you find the whole world responding, reacting, coming forward with help when there is some problem in one corner of the world? There are many countries which are affected by tsunami, recent tsunami. The whole world went in rescue to help them. When the country is full of war, there are other countries ready with their help. In respect of famine, the countries are ready to help them. Flood havoc, earthquake, the whole world goes to their help. Therefore, physical changes have brought us closer and closer. We cannot be indifferent to each other. Let something happen in Sri Lanka, I am fine. You cannot say that. You are also affected by what is happening in Sri Lanka. You are also influenced by what is happening in Afghanistan. You are also affected by what is happening in Iraq. So therefore, the governments react. People think of a problem in some corner of the world, meaning the whole world is one body, one human body. When the leg pains, the whole body suffers. When there is headache, the whole body suffers. Similarly, in the whole world, in some corner, when there is a problem, the whole world suffers. So the physical changes coming soon will call for cooperation, brotherhood, ready to help, ready to jump into action, such that we will be peaceful, blissful, happy and prosperous. The next question is the world ready for the change in the consciousness? I think today it is more ready for the change in the consciousness than before. If we just go through the history, people are running after idols, temples, worship, rituals, religion, faith, dogma, fanatism. All these are narrow parochial conditions till now. But today, people are looking forward to the basic concept of consciousness. The consciousness is above religion. Consciousness is not religion. Consciousness has nothing to do with faith. Consciousness has nothing to do with ritual. Consciousness will never divide people. Consciousness is oneness. Oneness is consciousness. Consciousness is totally spiritual. Consciousness is awareness. Consciousness is alertness. One has to be aware of that consciousness. And today, the world is ready for such consciousness. Why? We go deeper into the matter today in the field of science. We studied matter before. Later we have gone into the study at the atomic molecular level. Later we have gone deeper into the study into the ionic level, nanoscience, nanotechnology, further deeper and deeper. The atom can be split even to supply electricity everywhere. So our study at the micro level, we have got microeconomics for information. So we study at the micro things. And this is what consciousness is. To go into deeper insights into the topic is consciousness. The modern science, the modern technology, the modern mind is fit to experience, to investigate, and to study consciousness. More fit today than ever before. Which tools will be useful to achieve the goal of a better world at the confused times? I am glad that we have known that something is going wrong with us. Instead of thinking that everything is fine, at least I am happy that we have come to know that we are confused. It is true, we are confused. Why are we confused? We have not understood that the life is a balance. We have not realized that life is a balance. Because we have got two extremes today. One extreme, materialism. Another extreme, religiousness or religion. One extreme, materialism, says that you should own everything. I should have all the money for myself. I should enjoy all the position and power for myself. That I should be number one in this world. Materialism, one extreme. There is another extreme. In the name of religion, detachment, renunciation, throw everything, give up everything, run away, go to the forest. That is another extreme. This is what confusion is. My friends, we don't have to confuse ourselves. Life is a combination of both. We need materialism, we also need religion. Simple example, a tree has roots in the soil, fruit above. Root is materialism, fruit is a religion of the same tree of life. Life is a tree. It should have materialistic approach, deeply rooted in the soil, to stand firm. It should have fruits also to enjoy, to be benefited. Therefore, a perfect balance to come out of the confusion has to be brought in now. That we have got to be spiritual at the same time material. We must be material at the same time spiritual. Because both are obverse and reverse of the same coin. Spirituality does not mean running away from responsibility. Religion does not mean an escape from responsibility, duties and obligations. No. Materialism does not mean that one has to satisfy with all that he has. Life is not matter of eating, drinking, dancing and merrymaking. There is deep urge within every self, I have money, I have position, I have health, I have wealth. Good. But there is deep urge within me, an emotional urge within me. That emotional urge within me wants something more, wants something beyond material needs, like food, clothing, shelter, drink. Beyond that, there is an urge, deep desire within me, longing for evolution, longing for growth, waiting for blossoming, looking forward to fulfillment of life. Life is not fulfilled by mere material progress. That's why you find people, very, very rich people, deliberately donating huge amounts, like Bill Gates. Why? There is a deep urge within them, deeper and deeper, that they grow beyond the fundamental basic needs of life. And therefore, I am sure that we can get out of these confused times by establishing balance between material and spiritual aspects of human life. Next question: are our political and economic models of society arriving to the end? No system is bad, be that political or economic. All models are designed to make everybody lead a comfortable, convenient, peaceful, happy life. So models won't help. Role models, human beings are important. I should be a model to implement the program. The economic programs, as it is said in the question, economic models, political models are good. But the person who has to implement, the person who has to follow, should be a model, not that model. Political model is static. Economic model is static. But a man, a model is a dynamic. So a dynamic man is a role model to make political models and economic models arrive towards this end of peace, harmony, and friendship. We cannot say that economic model is best, that this economic model is bad, that political system is best, that this political system is poor. We cannot say that, because every land, every country has got its own culture. Every country has got its own tradition. Every country has got its own pattern of living. So the economic models, the political models are designed according to the law of the land, according to the needs of the local people. So all systems are good, but man has to be role model, that he has to implement it with all sincerity, integrity, and honesty. Next question: are the religious powers today, as it is, able to help the human being to be more in peace? Yes. If religious powers, if religious commitments do not help us to live in peace, nothing else will help us. Nothing else. Why? Political power leads to domination. Political power leads to authority. Political power leads to exploitation. Economic power leads to imbalance. Economic power ends up in two categories, haves and have-nots. Economic power creates class system, rich and poor. Political power will have rulers and the ruled. So all systems divide. They will never unite. And when we are divided on economic grounds, when we are divided on political grounds, whatever may be, we fight with each other. We contradict. We disagree. Therefore, in this constant fighting, in this constant misunderstanding, in this constant struggle for existence, there will be no peace. Religion is the only answer, because religion unites. Religion will help you to grow above this body and the mind. That ensures peace. Because all other systems, political, economic, all other systems will show peace outside, which is temporary, which is artificial, which is synthetic, which is momentary, ephemeral, transitory. But religion will help you to find out peace within your own self. When you find peace within your own self, you are the embodiment of peace. You are the embodiment of bliss. You will never run short of anything. You are full. You are full. That is what is required today. More and more of religion so as to live in peace. Next question. How can we get unity in this diversity landscape? Good. Yes. This has been bothering everybody. How to achieve unity in diversity? My friends, let us accept that diversity is the law of life. Diversity is the law of life. Unity is the achievement. So, diversity is a thing that exists. Unity is a thing that you achieve. So, out of this diversity, unity has to be achieved. How is it possible? Simple example. Let me take my body. This body itself, an example of diversity. I am not like a pillar. Here are eyes, two hollow spaces for the eyeballs to be located. A nose, little projection. Lips, little projection. The chin, little projection. And a neck, something short. And the chest broad. Is the body same? No. The body is full of ups and downs. The body is full of ups and downs. Body is not like a concrete pillar. There is diversity in this body itself. And not only that, there is diversity in my human thought. Supposing I think of one thing now, I think of another thing later. My thought, there is no uniformity. So, we have to accept that there is diversity within every individual. There is diversity in the entire world. The world is full of mountains, valleys, Himalayas, top, valleys, down, rivers, oceans, hills, pebbles, rocks, sea, landscape, forests, full of diversity. In fact, beauty lies in diversity. Beauty lies in diversity. If you go on eating same pizza, breakfast, lunch, tea and dinner, everything pizza, you get bored. There should be some diversity. So change is wanted, but unity at the basic level must be realized. Meaning diversity is outside, unity is underlying current. Simple example, hands, legs, ears, nose, diversity. Nose is a nose, nose is not the ear. Ear is a ear and is not the nose. There is diversity, but the same blood flows all through. That is unity. Blood symbolizes unity. Limbs symbolize diversity. See that. Rivers, seas, lakes, ponds, streams, diversity. Water, H2O, unity. The ring here made up of gold, ring. I have rings, earrings. I have one nose stud made up of gold. Gold waist belt. So ornaments are different. Jewels are located at different places. Diversity. Unity is gold. After all, that's all gold. Simple thing. I have footwear made up of leather. leather shoe or leather chappals or, see, and leather belt. Leather belt is here, leather shoes are there. Diversity. One is up, one is down. Shoes you wear, belt you will have round the waist, made up of leather. Diversity. Unity is, leather is unity. Whether it is shoe or belt made up of leather, that is unity. Therefore, in the apparent diversity, there is underlying unity. There are so many stars, diversity, but the sky is one, unity. There are so many nations, diversity, but earth is one, unity. All of us are many, diversity, but all of us breathe oxygen only. No one breathes carbon dioxide. No one breathes hydrogen, no. We all breathe in oxygen. We all breathe out carbon dioxide. Beings are many. Diversity. Breath is one. Unity. Therefore, in this apparent diversity, there is underlying unity. When we think of that underlying unity, we will not be divided on grounds of apparent false diversities. The diversity is only simple example, another example. You sow a seed in the soil. The seed grows into a gigantic tree. The tree has so many branches, so many leaves, so many flowers, so many fruits, diversity. After all, they all have come out of one seed, that is unity. When I think of the seed, I enjoy the diversity. But when I think of the diversity, I begin to question why it is like that. Why not this way? Why should this look this way? Why not that way? So you forget the underlying unity. You go by the apparent diversity and get yourself divided. And you are disillusioned. You go by imagination. With the result, diversity creates fear within you. Diversity creates fear, suspicion, doubt. Whereas unity will make you fearless, will make you courageous, will make you more bold than ever before. It will establish a sort of conviction deeper within you. So unity is conviction, diversity is convenience. Diversity is convenience, unity is conviction. Affluent countries, as we now actually will have main role in that task. Natural, yes, natural, there is no dispute about it. But we say they are affluent, meaning the rich people, rich countries, advanced countries, but spiritually they may be poor. Economically one may be rich, spiritually one may be poor. There may be emptiness in their spirit. The pocket is full of money. The wallet is full of dollars. But the spirit is vacuum empty. So it's not the affluence or prosperity or bank account or the money or gold or the currency that matters. No, 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 no. It is the spirit. It is spirit which should be full, which should be rich. Okay, now, you are affluent. Why? Because so much of money you have. You are affluent because so much of gold you have, so much of property you have. How do you know that you are rich in your soul? How do you know you are rich in your spirit? How do you know? I can know that you are affluent by way of your money and cars and all that. How about the spirit? Spirit is rich with values, sacrifice, truth, non-violence, righteousness, love. These things make our spirit rich. Therefore, it's not merely the affluent people that help us, no. People may be poor, but yet they are rich in spirit. They will help at this hour. Why is it impossible to go more fast? This question is put because we are living in a world of speed, instant food, instant coffee, instant, everything should be done. online reservations, everything. Therefore, why not fast? Yes, if we are very sincere about it, we can be even fast in this life also. It is not slow or anything to do with fastness or speed, no. It is the intensity. Intensity. See, what do I mean by that? Supposing I walk very fast. I walk very fast, but you don't enjoy walking. No. When I walk, I should walk consciously. I should walk totally. Enjoy. While I eat, I should eat consciously. Totally, that's all. But we don't do that. While we eat, we think. When we walk, we want to eat. So we don't do anything consciously. We don't do anything totally. So if we do it anything totally, consciously, that turns into meditation. Anything done consciously, totally, without the second, that is what's called meditation. In that case, it is quite possible to achieve and attain. Next question. Mankind must learn only by suffering. I don't agree with this word suffering. No, no, no. A mother, after all, loves to have that suffering to give birth to child. No lady would say, I don't want to suffer, but yet I want to be a mother. You can't be a mother without having to pass through the suffering of labor pains or suffering. A lady suffers to deliver the child. Is that suffering? No. She suffers with joy. She invites it. She wants baby. Am I clear? A student prepares for examination. Oh well, he doesn't care for his food. He doesn't care for his sleep. He goes on struggling. Is he suffering? No. He loves because the future is going to be better. A future is going to be prosperous. Future is going to be full of plenty and prosperity. The future is going to be a successful career. So instead of saying suffering, we can say effort. One should put in effort so as to be successful in life. To attain anything, to achieve anything, one has to put in effort. That effort is a suffering if you don't like it. Simple example. I had to climb up the steps there to reach the third floor. It is a suffering if I don't like it. But I like to meet you. I like to talk to you. So it's not suffering. Same thing. Anything that you like is not suffering. Anything that you don't like is a suffering. Therefore, one does not have to suffer in the negative sense, no. One must take it joyfully. Yes, if you want to buy some kerchief, you have to pay 10 rupees and he gives you kerchief. Giving 10 rupees, is it suffering? No. Getting kerchief is a gain. Getting kerchief is a gain. So similarly, effort, though it is hard, though it is challenging, though it is painful, it has to be accepted joyfully because it ushers in, it opens the door to heaven, it opens the door to peace and friendship. The next question. Today we are looking that all types of political parties with their economical, educational and other programs have failed to help the human being to be peaceful. Yes. Why? Because all these things mentioned in the question, economical, our economical programs are not aimed at everybody. If economic programs are to help everybody, All should prosper. But unfortunately, what we find today, rich are growing richer. Poor are becoming poorer. And the money is not reaching everybody. There is imbalance. Therefore, the economic programs are not reaching everybody. All are not benefited uniformly. And there is disparity. Rich becoming richer, poor becoming poorer, like that. Therefore, the economic order has apparently failed. Educational programs. The educational programs does not bring anything within the student. We want to stuff the brain with information, statistics. We forget the heart. We think of the head, the computer. We forget the heart. It is the heart that is sensitive. It is the mind which is a storehouse. Mind is a storehouse, a computer, memory, recapitulation. But the heart represents human values. So the modern education has totally ignored the heart, has emphasized the head. It has ignored wisdom. It has stressed knowledge. It has ignored transformation. It wanted only information. So education means information. So what transformation you expect? So education roles have failed. Therefore, all programs have failed because they have not been aimed at the common good, the perfect social order, and they are just centered, rather I should say, they are segmented, or fragmented, or lopsided. They have not helped to develop total integrated personality. They have failed, no doubt. What is the cause for it? And what can be the kind of economy, social, education, other that could help the human being to be peaceful? It's a very big question indeed. The cause I said already, education failed because of emphasis on information, not transformation. And economical policies have failed because there's disparity there, wide gap between poor and the rich. The cause for it is narrow-mindedness. Man is narrow-minded. Man has got a superiority complex. Man has got a kind of a feeling that is superior to others. It is tragic. No animal feels superior to any other animal. No tree feels that it is superior to other tree. There is grass so small, it is happy. There is coconut so tall, it is equally happy. Coconut tree will not say, oh dirty grass, you are small, I am superior to you. Grass will not say, I am so simple, oh tree, you are great. No, grass is happy in its own way. Coconut is happy in its own way. It is only man who is unhappy. Trees, they find peace, they find joy. Animals, they are peaceful, they are happy. It is only man who is not happy. So why? Narrow-mindedness. So we should come out of this narrow-mindedness. Understand the fundamental laws of human life. Understand the fundamental basic human values. We are building mansions without proper foundation. So foundation should be human values. Over that the mansion of the humanity is built, will be safe and secure. What will we need? We need for it. What do we need for it? We need determination. What do we need? Decision making. What do we need? Dedication. We need dedication, determination. When once I am determined, I'll transform myself. When I dedicate, I go to the society and help everybody. Most important things today are two. One is determination, other is dedication. Out of these two, come the third one, discipline. A dedicated man, a determined man is always disciplined. An indisciplined man cannot dedicate anything. An indisciplined man cannot have any determination. So determination, dedication, discipline, and these three will make a beautiful amalgam, a beautiful union, what is called devotion. Devotion is nothing but the combination of these three: dedication, determination, and discipline. From that state of devotion, I'll be more duty-minded. I'll be more duty-conscious with detachment. Therefore, these D's are important. Duty, discipline, devotion, determination, dedication are the things that we need today. You think that the human being is ready for it or to accept it? Simple example. I go to Spain, or I go to Himalayas, or I go to United States. In winter, what do I need? Warm clothing. If I don't have warm clothing, what will happen? I will not return. Finish there. So I must have warm clothing because it's winter season. Supposing if I go to some hot place, I don't need wooden clothing. No. So I should equip myself so as to continue my life in a given area at that particular point of time. Simple example. Those that climb Mount Everest, they should have some special equipment with them. Sunita Williams, she has gone to the space. She carried with her the oxygen, the food, what all that she needed. As you go to the moon, you cannot walk as you walk into the canteen here. You need special dress, you need special training, you need special equipment. Similarly, if we want to be peaceful, we want to be happy, if we want to be blissful, we should have this equipment. We should be ready for it. Because we have to face the challenge of life. We have to face this confusion of life today. The life is full of confusion. The life is full of competition. The life is full of jealousies. We're vexed with this. We're bored with this. And we want some solution. When you want some solution, you should be ready for that. You should be ready with all the equipment, with all the determination and dedication and a strong will to achieve what you really want to. What is that equipment? Spirituality. Spirituality. Spirituality is the only remedy for all the social evils, for all the economic imbalances, for all the political authoritarianism. Spirituality is the solution. Because spirituality will give you a broader vision. Spirituality will give you a balanced outlook. It confers contentment. It develops spirit of sacrifice. It develops spirit of understanding. It promotes cooperation. It believes in togetherness, jointed effort, brotherhood. So many things will follow if man thinks of spiritual life. Spirit, something like this. Sunlight, one beam. When the sunlight, one ray, passes through the prism of glass, you will have 7 colors. There is only one ray of light. It will have 7 colors outside. Similarly, a ray of spirituality will give 7 colors, multicolor, technicolors to our life. Life will be very colorful if at all we invite that ray of spirituality passing through the prism of glass of human life. Human life is prism of glass. Ray of light is spirituality. And 7 colors are the values that we develop so that life will be multicolored, technicolored, colorful, worth living.
Can you tell us what you mean by spirituality?
Yes.
In detail.
Yes. Spirituality, I mean, awareness of consciousness. The consciousness. Religion divides. Religions are different, but consciousness is one. Spirituality is the spirit of religion. Religion is the banner. Spirituality is the manner in which we live. Like science and technology. Science is theory, technology is application. Religion is science, spirituality is a technology. Religions are different, spirituality is one. Religion is ritualistic, spirituality is idealistic. Religion is scriptural, spirituality is soul stirring, soul searching, spirit oriented. There is competitions in religion. In spirituality, you just enjoy within yourself. Religions may want you to go to a temple or a church or synagogue or a monastery. Spirituality wants you to remain where you are. Enjoy that within yourself. You don't have to go anywhere. Therefore, religion will take you to spiritual awareness. I am not banning religion. I am not against religion. What I say is, the philosophy of religion is spirituality. The purpose of religion is spirituality. The fruit of religion is spirituality. The experience of religion is spirituality.
So can you talk more about the inner transformation? What do you mean this inner transformation?
Yes. What do I mean by inner transformation? Yes. Usually I think I am this personality as you look at me. The body, my height and weight and how I look. Fair or dark or unfair, whatever you may call it. So, outwards I think I am the body. Then I think I am the mind. Because I am postgraduate, I am a professor working in the university. This is all our understanding of one's own self. I understand that I am the body, I am the mind, I am the intellect. But the inner transformation means, look here, you are not the body. You are not the body. Why? Body goes on changing. Body is not constant. My body was very handsome 30 years ago. And today it is not. I have to accept it. After 5 years, I can imagine it is going to be much worse than what it is. So I am not the body. I am not the mind, because that memory is slowly fading. Very soon I will be absent-minded. Forget whether I had lunch or not. So I am not the mind. So inner transformation means realization that you are not the body. Inner transformation means understanding that you are not the mind. Inner transformation means to know that you are not the intellect. Inner transformation means to know that you are the spirit. To know that you are the consciousness. The inner consciousness means to know that it is inner consciousness that makes my body functional. It is inner consciousness that makes my mind think. It is inner consciousness that makes my intellect discriminate. So, body works, mind thinks, intellect discriminates. Because the consciousness is one and the same. So, inner transformation meaning to know that the consciousness is the reality, changeless, immortal, birthless, deathless. All other things, they come and go. They are only instruments. The main source is consciousness or the spirit.
And how to know that?
How to know that? How to know that? One is this. The main thing is the path of inquiry. The path of inquiry. Let us inquire. We inquire everything. We inquire what is happening there, what is happening there, what is happening there. Nonsense. We don't inquire the nuisance going within ourselves. News outside, nuisance inside. So we should inquire now. The path of inquiry. Who am I? One has to put one's own self this question, who am I? Who am I? Very soon, one time you think, I'm a man. No, you are not a man. Why? Man or a woman relates to the body. When you go to sleep, you don't say, I the man slept last night. I the woman slept last night. No, man or woman sleep is same. So man or woman is the gender, body, and you are not the body. And 30 years ago you were a child, later youth, then man, the old man, father, grandfather. So you are not the body. It goes on changing. Mind goes on changing. Everything that is changing. But there's one that is changeless. I is changeless. I was, I am, I will be. That I is continuous. And this I has no name. I cannot say, supposing I come to your house and knock at the door. Who is there? I don't say, I, the Anil Kumar is here. No. Do you say that? No. I, that's all. If you ask anybody, I. They don't say, I, the man, I, so and so. No, you don't say that. So, this I is common to everybody in all stages of our life, in all professions, in all states of consciousness, and this I is consciousness. This I is Atma. This we'll come to know by theory of deduction or negation or by the path of inquiry.
One more question.
Yes.
What should the religion teach to the humanity?
Yes. The religion teaches humanity one thing, a systematic life. A systematic life. A life that has to be purposeful. A life that has to be meaningful. A life that has to be fruitful. Or else the life is just mechanical. Life is meaningless. Religion tells you that you have to go back to the source. Religion wants you to go back to the source. Simple example. Here is ocean. Sunlight falls on the ocean. Water gets heated up. Water vapor settles as clouds. Clouds come down in the form of rain. Streams, rivers, lakes go back to the sea. So, from the sea, back to the sea. That's a religion. Religion says you are from God. You are in God. Know that you will go back to God. You are not going anywhere and you are nowhere different from God. This is all the purpose of life that the religion wants us to know, learn, understand, assimilate and experience. That's what it is.
Finally, can you share with us shortly your large experience close to Swami?
Well, my experience close to Swami began in the year 1972. I met him for the first time, and having been here, I saw him as the one of service. I understood that he represents unity of religions. I also understood that he wants all of us to serve, not to be simply ritualistic. And I have seen all his organizations here, and that he encourages our inborn, innate, latent talents. Above all, I am highly attracted by his message. Slowly, I got into the organization, served in various capacities, zonal convener, vice president, state president of such organization and all that. Later I came to Bangalore as the principal of Satsang University. Then I was transferred to Puttaparthi, professor bioscience, Satsang University, Prashanti Nilayam campus. Now it has been a continuous journey right from 72 till this day, 2008. And I find a kind of change in my attitude as I just look back Any simple thing used to worry me in the past, and now any big thing won't worry me. Any loss of a penny, loss of pittance is a matter of fight, is a matter of prestige for me. Now, even if I lose anything, whatever little I have, is not going to bother me. Not going to bother. Earlier, well, I used to feel that why can't I occupy that position? Why can't I have that position, some status? And today, I understand status and position are bogus. They are useless. They are obstacles for happiness. So my approach to life, particularly towards money, position, status, is altogether different from what it was earlier after coming to Swami. And after coming to Swami, I feel like sharing more and more, speaking about him, working for him, meeting people, spreading his message. I love that, which I have been doing by his divine grace over the past 3 decades or little more.
Thank you very much indeed.
No, it's my pleasure to have been here and to have been given the pleasure and the opportunity of talking to you and share my own experiences besides the teachings of Sai. And I'm also glad the questionnaire that you have given me is quite challenging, quite interesting, quite relevant to the modern society and the world by and large. I'm sure that these answers which I provided will give you some kind of understanding of these questions and the answers. Thank you. It's my pleasure to have been here. Thank you.